Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for checking this out today. Later than anticipated, but again, as we've mentioned, most of you watch this later, so you're watching the recorded sessions. Slightly different today. Adam was unable to make it, crazy scheduling, and rather than kind of just picking up and running with our current playbook, which we've harped on many times, but that's a great workflow for everyone, and it really helps us out because life throws curveballs at you all the time. I'm not going to do that today because today's play in our playbook is centered around working with your education customers and your education partners. And I know Adam is really, really passionate about that one. Provides a lot of good insight in there. So we will pick that back up probably next week. We'll get back on track within the next week or so. So today I'm going to do something a little different. And I don't want to turn this into a dog and pony show. So I'm gonna go really, really quick. But as we've wrapped up Q1, I have spent quite a bit of time working with a lot of our members, and they're doing updates. They're revisiting their workflows and just, again, improving their business. And we all tend to kind of fall into some ruts with the tools that we use. And many times I have been working with members like, yeah, we were using it this way, but we got busy and we just started using just the project roadmap in the platform. And we need to start looking at the templates again. We want to bring those back in. That's certainly fine. I always tell our members, our platform is very powerful in even just a few features or sometimes just one. And if that works for you, do that. That's great because you're making progress. And if we want to come back and add more things later, we always can. The platform is very flexible in that aspect. You're not going to have to redo a bunch of work. We can just simply add on and grow as your capacity and your specific needs expand in your business. So today, I'm going to walk through just a really, really quick overview of how our platform engages with your clients and how you use it to drive those strategic meetings, really use it to build those relationships, and ultimately to drive more revenue and to secure your customers better, right? To secure that relationship and prevent churn. So really quickly, I'm going to bring up my demo client here. As we add this, I will go ahead and throw out the obligatory statement here, demo data. All right, I've found it to be much harder to manage than real data. So we'll work on just the flows here. So we'll kind of work from a right to left approach here as we move across several of our major features. We do integrate with Halo, ConnectWise, and Autotask for PSA integrations. And we've done quite a bit of work on those here of late. A lot more really exciting things coming up, but we can connect to those. And for a few of you out there that are transitioning or you're using multiple PSAs, you have maybe an acquired MSP and we haven't quite gotten rid of that other legacy PSA, we can actually connect to both at the same time. So we're not moving data between the two, but we give you a perspective to look over here or look over there. So really great little feature here. But I want to start where most of you will is with their assets. And with those assets and that integration with their PSA, you're going to be able to read that information out of there. We're going to populate it in here. If you have better data in your RMM tool, no worries there. We can connect. Right now, it's just Ninja One, but we have some others that will be coming online very, very soon. So please let us know what you're wanting to do there. But a lot more options here. While we have an integration with the client, we can also bring in specific asset data from another tool here. But once we do that, we're able to import these in. It's going to go through here, refresh the list, add anything new. We are not the asset management tool. We're reading your asset management tool. So we look to that to be the single authoritative value there. So we'll bring updates in on that. We're going to get an immediate depreciation date calculated here. This is a really cool function. This is very customizable. You start with a standard for your organization and then customize it down to your clients as needed. So really easy way to make that future expectation of when this device is going to need to be replaced. At the same time, we're also putting a budgetary cost associated with that. Again, standard for your organization, but customizable at the client level. As soon as we have that asset list in here, we're going to be able to jump over here to our budget. I really like what we were able to build in here, because you can sit down with your clients and begin a true finance conversation with them that just focuses on setting a budget. We're not selling them items here. The selling comes later, but the work that we do here in the budgeting makes that selling process so much simpler, so much more efficient. So this is a really good and really easy step to get into a good cadence with your clients, is having a finance conversation at least once, if not twice a year. You're able to bring up the budget dashboard here, and you don't start the conversation with, hey, this is the budget. All right. You start with, hey, this is the draft of the budget. Let's work on this together. We can collaborate on this. So there's lots of options here to drill into this, to change values. They want a quicker refresh on laptops or whatever. You're able to do that. The graph is going to change real time, and you get your clients to buy in. You get them to collaborate with you. So at the end of that finance conversation, they are drastically more bought in, more willing to actually execute on this budget than if you just push a spreadsheet over to them and say, hey, I think this is the budget you guys need to run with. All right. We've all kind of taken that approach in one way or another and seen its limited effects. So you have this great budget conversation with them. You're able to export that out to a budgetary proposal. All right. Again, not a quote, that comes later, but the budgetary proposal really closes the loop on that conversation, allows them to review it, do whatever they might need to do. You're able to send them a link. They get a condensed, really concise summary of what was discussed on that budget, whether it's the actual next 12 months, or if you want to drill out and start your 2026 conversations right now. All right, you can do that with our budgeting tool. But when they get that, again, they have the opportunity to review it. There's a couple of buttons for them at the bottom to either approve or reject that budgetary proposal. You'll get a notification, but one of the really, really cool elements here is when they hit the approve button, you're going to get some automation within our platform, because it's going to go through and identify everything that was on that budgetary proposal, and it's going to change the status of that project from recommended to approved. And so if I look at this one, I've still got this one. This one's still on the table to be discussed with the clients. All right. And I know this is, going to be an item that we need to make sure we get on the agenda for our next meeting. But if I look at some of these other ones, they've already been approved. So we don't need to be talking about, we got timeframes coming up on all of them right here, but some of these might get pushed out a bit later, right? So if we got items that are going to be falling in Q1 of next year, or, later this year, and they're approved items, they aren't necessarily needing to be discussed right now. We can do that when it's time. And it really allows us to focus in on what's important and really get the things done that need to be done right now. So great process that we can go through here. Again, the project roadmap in of itself gives you lots of options. Those assets that we have, we can create when we do the budgetary function. Things that get created in the future are items that are due to be replaced in the future are automatically attached to your project roadmap. So here we can see we've got wireless devices. Actually, those came in from a smart rule. I'll talk about that in a minute, but we have some other ones. Here we go. We've got assets that are coming up in April and May. Looks like we had some that passed here for in our demo data. All right. And these were automatically attached to this project by the budgetary proposal. So super simple way to get those out on the roadmap, set that forecasting for your clients. You can even do things like put your service contracts out here if you'd like. All right. So this is their help desk, right? This is their blinky lights. And so I'm able to track this as well as their built-in future price increases can be tracked on our roadmap here. So again, another great conversational tool that really helps you facilitate the meetings and engagements that you're doing with the clients. When we also get those assets in here, we can run our smart scores, right? And this is an automated tool that allows you to write rules. We have a growing body of templates that are out there. So maybe you see one that's just perfect for what you need to do. You can import that, or you can create your own. I have one out there, and yes, we have a template for it. If you're interested in this one, we can run these really easy. And I've already run this one here. This one's in good shape. This client doesn't have any of those lingering Windows 10 devices, right? I know we've all been working on this for a long time. This is no surprise, but sometimes the surprise is, oh, we didn't get that one done. I thought we were done with that client. I thought everything had been moved over, right? Our automated tools here with the smart assessments is going to be a really easy way to make sure that you're getting those accomplished. If something's out there, we've got a project template already created for you. You can customize your own, of course, as well, but we'll get that on the roadmap along with the assets that it pertains to. So a really easy way to run through and just from assets have a significant portion of the conversation lined out. Now, in doing some of these, it allows you to focus on some other really important elements, and that is the more business alignment elements. Our reports here are still doing a great job for us, and you're able to, again, customize these. We've got a variety of templates that's growing as well, and we can get in here and say we want to look at their architecture. It's always a popular one that everyone wants to get into. And as we're going through these, we're able to focus on what does the client need, right? This is not a, do they have this device with this version of iOS and this, level of network connectivity or whatever, right? That's a very technical element. Here, we're focused on the business side of things. Do they have what they need to match their business needs? My standard example on that one is their power backup, and I'm not finding it on my list. I should know exactly where it is. I apologize. But one of the great examples is, do they have enough runtime on their UPS? How long is enough? Well, it's different for a lot of clients, right? Some of them, 10 minutes is perfectly fine. Others, they want 4 hours of runtime, right? It all depends on their business, and our gap analysis really, really helps you do that quickly. Right? I want to emphasize that these gap analysis reports are quick and easy to fill out. But when we do them with the perspective of what does their business need, they become so much more valuable, and we get so much more in-depth information about our clients and the projects that we get to propose, the things that we're going to be putting on their roadmap. We're able to more easily tie them back to business initiatives. And again, as you've heard Adam and I talk many, many times, your clients are very, very willing to spend on their business. They are hesitant to spend on technology, right? So let's change the conversation in this. So once we've run through these features, we're going to be able to have, again, great client conversations. We've got a lot of options here. There is no one way to run this, all right? Sometimes we might have just a finance conversation with the budget. Sometimes we might just look at the roadmap. It's all going to depend on the type of engagement that you're having with your client, the expectations on their side, and really what you're zeroing in on. What is your target? One of the ways that we can facilitate that as well is by using personas here. So this one's already set up to do just a standard quarterly business review with our clients, where we can talk about, hey, these are the things we did in the last quarter. These are the things we're talking about in this quarter. We've got a little supporting widget in here where we can talk about a business confidence index. What does this mean? It's just an opportunity for you to open the door and really drive a business conversation. What is your client's view on the upcoming, marketplace for them? What is their revenue? This chart shows that business confidence index is heading up. Consumer confidence index is heading down. I'm not a finance guy. I cannot talk about this. This is just interesting. But if I can get my clients to talk about it, give me their input, most likely I'm going to get some really good information that allows me to do that technology alignment to support where they're wanting to go. So lots of great tools. I'm kind of getting myself sidetracked with specific examples, but we can wrap this all up with, hey, this is the quarter that we're going to be working in. These are the things that are coming up. We can tie this in. We can get more integration with your PSA here. There's a ticketing widget in here. So we can tap into that, provide you some more information. And at the end of that engagement, you're able to share this persona with your client. This is a key value, a key ongoing element in maintaining that client engagement, all right? Rather than sending them a static report and then just following up with another email or something, we get to help them get into the platform. They see the data, they're able to quickly look up anything that they want, anything they're interested in is going to be right there on the screen. All right. So really, really cool way to engage with your clients in a very dynamic manner. All right. That's it. I wanted to be really brief about that and just cover a couple of elements. There are, with almost every element in there, there are ways for you to customize that, to make your own gap analysis, to write your own rules, to do different things with the assets and how you set that up. And we obviously want to help you out in any way. So I'm kind of earmarking Q2 as the update quarter for anybody that didn't get in on it on Q1. So if you need some ideas for new templates, if you've got sections in your gap analysis, you're like, we're really missing this part, or this part doesn't apply. Everyone's just answering it the same and it's not really helping us. Please reach out to us. We're happy to take a look, review those. I was looking at one of our members today and going through, and I could kind of tell what they were thinking and what they were doing. And it was a little while ago. And, I've got some suggestions in there that can really help them get more value out of the platform. All right. I think I kept it short. Try not to go too long. I know very, very different one from today. We'll get back on our playbook next week. And really excited about that. The educational element is always an exciting one. I've had some experience in the education industry and from a employee kind of perspective, as well as a partner and targeting those. E-Rate was a big part of our business at one time, way back when. And so Adam and I both come at that, I think, with some personal perspective, but also some very practical steps that you can utilize to really tap into a significant amount of opportunity that you could be jumping in on. So we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you again so much, and we'll see you later. Feel free to reach out. I'm sorry, I threw Adam's email out there last time. I didn't type it up, but mine's easy. All right, skip@humanizeit.biz. If you need any help on any of the things that I've covered, there are actually several more items that I didn't cover. Try to keep it short. Don't hesitate to reach out. I am more than happy to sit down and have just a review session and kick things off. Maybe we need to jumpstart some stuff, or we just want to have a targeted editing session where we get in there and do some stuff. It's really fun. I actually enjoy that. Challenges me, and I've done several of them. So some of it is like, hey, yeah, I kind of did something like this a few weeks ago, and I can, without oversharing anything, I can leverage that general tribal knowledge across all of our members. Enjoy helping you guys out in any way I can. So again, thank you again so much for joining today, and we will see you next week.